Here we are in Las Vegas with Pat Miletich. It's been a while since we last caught up with you, Pat. You're out here for the Warrior Retreat. Tell us about what's going on out here.
Yoram Gazet is the gentleman that puts this together. He's former Israeli military and police, and I met him a few years back, and he asked me to come out here. I've been coming to these. I think this is my third one, and just Boss Rutan, myself, and Benny the Jetakitas, and Gokar Shavitzian, and several other guys get together and teach a seminar for a weekend and have a lot of fun and meet a lot of great people and train a little bit.
So for people that fight or people that don't fight, is it mainly just for fighters or just people that train?
It's really a wide variety of people. I mean, if there's some fighters that happen to be there, they work out with each other, and but there's a lot of novices and intermediate people also.
Something for everybody.
Absolutely.
So tell us, we hear that you were in a movie, just got done filming a movie. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a Paul Walker movie, and Lawrence Fishburne, Keith Carradine, Jason Fleming, who was in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, great English actor, and it's directed by John Hirschfeld, who brought me in to do the fight choreography, and then had myself and Rob Lawler and Roy Markham all played bad guys that are kind of Keith Carradine's henchmen, and then Tim Sylvia's in the movie, Chuck Liddell's in the movie,
oh wow,
and Ben Rothwell's in the movie. So John Hirschfeld did a really good job of bringing in guys from the MMA world, you know, into the Hollywood world, and we're making a little bit of that transition and having a lot of fun with it.
So can you tell us a little bit about your character or anything?
Let's just put it this way. I've got my teeth out and I'm wearing a cowboy hat and I'm supposed to act really stupid, so it's not that far of a stretch.
Very nice. I'm sure people want to see that. And you worked on the choreography, teaching the fighting on this too.
Yeah, it was a big challenge because fight scenes were never part of this movie, but John Hirschfeld, being a big fan of the sport and loving our type of fighting, wanted some hardcore fighting with you know, some of the jiu-jitsu that's blended in, the wrestling, the Thai boxing, the boxing, and then obviously combined with the street fighting aspect, and blend that in. And so he wrote in some great fight scenes, and just asked me to come in and choreograph them, build fight scenes. And you know, we were under the gun. We didn't have, you know, really the proper time allotted to film the fight scenes, so we had to chop them up a little bit and you know, adjust. But it was still a lot of fun.
So how is an actor like Paul Weller? How does he do with the fight?
Paul Walker's a very good athlete. He's a great surfer, and I went surfing with he and Oakley Lemon. Oakley Lemon doubles him in fight scenes and for stunts and things like that, and was also stunt coordinator on this project. And went surfing with those guys a couple times. I went drowning, they went surfing. And you know, in Iowa, boy, the surfboard's really not that pretty of a sight. But we had a lot of fun and made great friends. You know, those guys are great guys, and we had a blast.
Very cool. Well, one of your fighters, somebody that you manage, Robbie Lawler, who was also in that movie, too. He's going to be defending his belt in the Super Brawl against Mayhem Miller coming up. What are your thoughts about him facing somebody like Miller?
You know, I think Jason Miller is a great guy and a great fighter, but I think Rob is physically too strong for him, too good of a wrestler, too good of a striker. Jason, getting Rob off his feet is going to be a tall order for Jason. And you know, Jason is a good striker, but I believe Rob's just got too much power and speed for him standing up. And I'm happy for both of those guys, though. T.J. Thompson stepped up from the Super Brawl and signed both the 5-fight deals. Pretty lucrative deals for those guys, and so I'm happy to see that. And we're going to enjoy ourselves out in Hawaii because you know, the fans out there are great, and we love going back there. And
word was that from what TJ was saying on the radio show was that the UFC also offered Robbie and made him an offer too. So why did Robbie go with the Super Brawl over UFC?
Well, our main focus right now is building Rob, and you know, Rob could easily step back into UFC or Pride and do quite well and very easily win a title. But that's not our goal with him. Our goal is, number one, taking care of Rob. He's somebody that's been with me since he was 16. I always try and look out for Rob, and Monty Cox is looking out for Rob, and TJ's looking out for him also. So it's good to have people that are doing that for him. We care a great deal for him. So to just throw him back in the mix and have that kind of pressure heaped on his shoulder again at 23 years old. People have to remember he was 18 or 19 when he started in the UFC. So we want to take care of him, groom him, and when he does come back to the UFC or Pride, we're going to be absolutely certain that he's going to run through everybody and win the title.
Great. About your the team Miletich, considered one of the best teams in the world. Thought on the street with some people is, is Team Miletich falling apart with Horn going to Utah and sometimes the fighters going and training there? Is that just is Team Miletich falling apart, or is it just
the
branching out?
The situation for us is this. Jeremy fell in love with Jennifer Howe out in Utah. They moved in together, and Jeremy asked me what I thought of it, and I thought it was, he had to do what his heart told him, and I'm happy for Jeremy. At some point, guys have got to leave the nest and do their own thing when they mature and things like that. But for me, being gone, doing a movie here or training military or police there, if I'm not available to train those guys, well, Jeremy's their choice, and I'm glad for that. I'm glad that they're not going somewhere else. So I'm happy that they go to Jeremy's and train. So no, we're not falling apart. All the guys are still there: Hughes, Lawler, Pulver, Jason Black, all my heavyweights, Ben Rothwell, Sylvia. Those guys are still there. They still live there. They still train there. But if I'm gone and out of town and not able to train them or not able to corner them, well, Jeremy steps up, and it's awesome that he does that.
Talk about Sylvia. Wicked high kick to Trey Seligman, taking him out, and now he'll be facing Syria Silva in January. How is Tim doing, and what do you think the future is for him in the heavyweight division?
Just left Iowa, obviously, and landed in Vegas today. And just last night, Tim was battling with Ben Rothwell and Sam Hoger, and getting after it and training hard, and he's just building himself back up, getting in great shape, and getting ready to scrap. I think Silva is obviously a very good fighter, but Tim's dangerous. Tim's a heavy-handed guy and can knock anybody out in the world. We obviously plan on Tim winning the heavyweight title again.
What's the future with Pat Miletich? What's happening coming down the road?
Well, I've had some weird things happen. Some things I can talk about, some things I can't talk about yet. A lot of big stuff in the works. Big things ready to happen. I think the MMA world's going to be very happy when they do happen, and just got to hold my breath a little longer and let it all come out. So
give MMA Weekly the exclusive.
I'll do my best. But it's going to be very exciting. I think it's going to be great for the sport, and that's my main goal. My main goal is not to build one organization. My main goal is to help the sport, and that's really what this is all about. If I were just building one organization, then I'm not helping the sport truly. If all organizations can thrive and work together, that's my main goal, because that's what's going to help the sport, and that's what's going to put money in everybody's pocket, and that's what's going to build the fan base.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you taking your time with MMA Weekly.
Thank you.